thing, and I mentioned it already, is when people hear and how unfortunately or fortunately people are using Qlik Application Automation is reloads. We can easily schedule reloads, which is great. And then hey, we can push out Qlik Cloud Reporting through automations, and it was made to work like that again to make it easy. But there's so much more that you can do. What are some current use cases that are out there with current data about how Qlik Application Automation could help?
Okay, so maybe first to touch on the reloads and reporting.
Yes, please.
Because if whoever watches this, if you're using it today only for reloads and reporting, it makes sense. That's where you start. That's like the first use case you come across, the first problem you're trying to solve in the cloud. The first thing it makes sense to orchestrate those things easier, more and more customers, step by step, adopting automations for other use cases still inside Qlik. For example, app lifecycle management, where you want to take your app from your development space to your test space, acceptance to production. Yeah, before that was quite a manual process with a lot of human interaction, so a lot of human error, unfortunately. It took a long time, but now you can create one single automation that puts your app through the whole app lifecycle. And yeah, but before used to take, maybe we have some customers, and we see this today, it used to take them 8 hours to deploy an app whenever they made a change to their analytics app. So whenever there was a change in the data model, or they updated a dashboard, it needed to go through this whole flow. It took them 8 hours to do it. And often they had so many manual errors because it was the person who needed to go through, click the buttons, go through it, all the steps. Then they migrated that flow, the process they had in place, they could migrate it one-on-one to automations. And that now became an automation that took 5 minutes to run. And it was just one click, and there was no more human error because everything was predefined in the automation, and there was no room for making a typo. It was just clicking a button, and then the automation took care of the rest. So that saved them a lot of time. And also operationally, before they did this once every month, they released a new version of their apps. And now they can just every day release, whenever they make a change, they can immediately start a pipeline and release that app to production, saving them an enormous amount of time and making it more efficient, since they have now more recent updates of the app.
And I would say more robust too. If there's something that somebody asks for and they go, this is a great idea, let's make this change. You don't have to wait 3 weeks to a month in order to do it. You can push it out quickly, therefore giving better information, more accurate information to the people asking for it. Yeah. Awesome. So in that, thanks for pausing on that reload and the reporting piece. What are some of the other areas that you have seen this used and that are really exciting right
now? Well, my favorite one is, we're not supposed to say it anymore, but I'll go ahead, take the risk, is active intelligence. It used to be a thing we had a lot of marketing about, but in every business intelligence tool, you want to get insights in your data. How is my company doing? How is the churn? How is the marketing, the revenue? How is everything you can measure? That every company is very good at aggregating data. Everyone can get their data. And then they search for a solution like Qlik to get insights in their data and really get the value that's inside the data is the insight, and knowing how is my business, knowing that's super valuable. But there is no business where the story stops. It's never, okay, now I know the churn is low, now I can go home, and tomorrow
right.
The churn is low, right? There's no company where you go, oh, now the churn is high, we're losing a lot of customers, now I know it. No, then you need to take action. And I think that's the great thing where automations, and slowly we're seeing more and more, and that's really cool, more and more users that are adopting automations to turn their insights into action. And what they do, you can monitor your KPIs and monitor whenever there's a reload happening. You can kick off an automation that takes your insights from within your app and yeah, you don't send an email, you don't send an alert. You can do, of course, you can send an alert, you can send an email. That's very valuable. But what is even more valuable is getting those insights into the applications the people in your company use every day. So, for example, if your churn is very high and you want to inform your sales team about this, let's say for specific customers, you've did a churn prediction using Qlik AutoML, churn is high, you want to inform your sales team. Yeah, what you do, yeah, you create a ticket for them in Salesforce. So you compel, you compel the insight into action, and you know your account manager will get the ticket in their inbox immediately inside Salesforce, the tool they are using. They don't have to leave the tool, and then they can take action accordingly. A similar story is with Pizza Express, and that's a really cool one and a very visual one. Pizza Express, they are a big restaurant chain, primarily in the UK. They have hundreds of restaurants all across the UK. And they use Qlik to get insights into each of these restaurants, about the food waste, about energy consumption, about health inspections that need to happen. All this data is all aggregated, turned into information insights through Qlik. And then instead of sending emails to these people, no, what do they do? Each restaurant manager every day uses a ticketing system. It's Zendesk, and we have the Zendesk connector and automations, and they can just send these insights as tickets in Zendesk, where they say, oh, the food waste in your restaurant was too high, and you need to take an action to reduce the food waste. The energy consumption was too high for your restaurant, and as a restaurant manager, you use that app every day. That's where you get all the work, everything that needs to happen. So what we do with automations, we just take the insights and we put them where they bring the most value. And that's, of course, inside the apps that are used by your personnel every day.